joining us to remember those that have been recognized and those that have not been recognized in the media, and as we remember them. So it's funny because I'm a social worker, and in school they teach you about the powerful value of storytelling. And yet, sharing my own story is something that I've always struggled with. But I'm going to give it a shot today, and Malcolm has told me only 3 minutes. So I've written it down, even though it's my own story. And I'm going to share it with you. I grew up in Corning, New York. Corning is one of those places, we all know them, that is nice to visit, and they look really great on postcards. But it's a homogenous city, and it cultivates a sense of security for corporate elite, and a sense of fear for anyone who varies from that norm that they've established. That fear was something that I was intimately familiar with from a very young age. While I cannot always tell what made me different, the relentless bullying and torture by peers reminded me I didn't fit in. At the peak of my harassment, I was suffering from a crippling depression and was hospitalized on a regular basis for suicidal ideation and attempts. I still have vivid images burned into my memory of sitting alone late at night with a dagger. I would hold it to my stomach and dwell on my isolation. I knew in those moments that I had nothing of value to add to this world. It was suffocating. I knew I was too much of a burden to be worth the air I struggled to breathe. When I finally had the courage to share the truth about why I was in such pain with my family, their actions were both decidedly clear and oddly one of the best things that could have ever happened to me. My father told me he couldn't stand the sight of me and wanted me out of sight. My mother told me that she was embarrassed I ever even came out of her womb. Neither wanted me around. I spent the rest of my high school career moving around from place to place. There were many days that I would go to school with my 2 bags packed, uncertain of where I would even be sleeping that night. It was during this time that I learned about my own personal strength. I knew in those moments, when I felt most alone, that my purpose was to help provide the kind of resources and support I never had. I now have the opportunity to work with the National Youth Advocacy Coalition, together with the Trevor Project, GLSEN, and other national organizations. We are working fervently every day to protect the lives and well-being of our nation's many queer youth. The Trevor Project is our best defense against suicide by offering a national hotline for youth to call and speak with caring people that will help through what might be someone's darkest hour. Looking back, I only wish that I knew about resources like the Trevor Project. At NYAC, we are working in collaboration with many of our partners around the country to promote LGBTQ Youth Awareness Week, which will be happening at the end of this month. During this week, we will honor youth that have stepped up and taken on leadership roles in their communities, or as we like to call them, fierce queers. For information about NYAC LGBTQ Youth Awareness Week, or any of the work that we and our partners are doing, please visit our webpage at www.nyacyouth.org. I know, shameless plug. My story isn't over, but it's good right now. My father has had the courage to confront his fears and become one of my biggest advocates and champions the work that I do. Even though a decade has passed and my mother still has no relationship with me, I have many strong women in my life who are both loving and supportive. For me, what is most notable is I'm able to go to work every day and know that I am contributing to a movement that hopefully will save the lives of queer youth that in this moment are struggling to find their value in this world. I am here to say, as someone that was once there, you have many great gifts to share with the world. If you cannot find a story or perspective that resembles yours of the folks that have spoken here today, I recognize we're not the most diverse crowd ever. Find someone and reach out to them who identifies as being a part of your community and ask them for help. There are so many that cannot wait to welcome you into a loving LGBT community, which is growing stronger every day. For those in the room that may have already gone through the coming out process and maybe are trying to find ways to give back, I'm here to say, visit www.nyacyouth.org and press contribute in the upper right-hand corner. In all seriousness, with more and more people contributing to marriage equality, we're forgetting about the many other issues that are impacting LGBTQ or queer youth lives. And we need to start paying attention to those and not just to marriage equality. So, support Trevor. Support the William Way Center. Support NYAC. Thank you for letting me share my story.